Hi, I'm Stefanie Valenino, and I'm here for part 3 of Leadington Library Junior Room's 4-part American Sign Language series. I'm a certified elementary school teacher with a degree from Westchester University of Pennsylvania, along with 2 minors in literacy with an elementary reading focus and deaf studies with a focus on both the culture and language tracks. I am hearing, not deaf or hard of hearing, but I completed the deaf studies program and was also a tutor for elementary and intermediate ASL classes for Westchester University's Learning Center. If ASL is something you are serious about learning, please utilize resources created and run by deaf or hard of hearing individuals. As always, my favorites are listed here down below. Bill Vickers with LifePrint, Handspeak, 58 Creativity, The Daily Moth, ASL Nook, and there's so many more. In part 2, we covered days of the week and school vocabulary. Today we'll be covering signs for different animals. As always, with each word, I'm going to sign it first, then talk about the 5 parameters of ASL, or HOMES, which are hand shape, orientation, location, movement, and signals if applicable. Let's get started. Our first category of animals we'll cover today is going to be pets. To sign pet, you're going to take both of your hands in a flat hand shape. Both of your palms are facing the floor. And in your signing space, which is kind of like a box right in front of your body, you're going to have your dominant hand quickly pet your non-dominant hand 2 times. Quick, small pets. Pet. To sign cat, you're going to take your dominant hand in an F hand shape with your palm facing out. You're going to place it by your cheek, and you're going to move your hand out away from your face while pinching your thumb and pointer finger together. It almost looks like you're showing cat whiskers. Cat. Dog is going to be going from a D to a G hand shape. Your palm starts away, and then it will be going in towards you. Also in your signing space, the movement is twisting your wrist from a D to a G. Dog. How I learned this was kind of like you're snapping to get a dog's attention. Some people actually snap while they do the sign. Other people just twist it. Dog. Fish. You'll have a flat hand with your palm facing out to the side. And in your signing space, starting close to you and then wiggling your hand out forward like a fish swimming through the water. Fish. While you're doing this one, you can also use expression by puckering your lips to look like kind of like a fish. Hamster is an H with your palm facing out to the side and in front of your nose, fingers in front of your nose, and then wiggling your fingers 2 times, kind of putting them down 2 times in front from the side. Hamster. Rabbit, you're going to be taking that same H hand shape with your palm facing in towards you and your hand at the side of your head. You're going to fold down your fingers 2 times. This kind of looks like bunny ears. Rabbit. Turtle. You're going to have your dominant hand in an A hand shape, palm facing to the side. Your non-dominant hand is going to be cupped on top. You're in your signing space in front of your body, and your thumb on your dominant hand is going to wiggle back and forth like a turtle's head. Turtle. Snake, you're going to have a bent V. The way we can get to that is by first making a V and then bending your fingers down. Your palm is going to be facing out, and you're in your signing space, and you're going to wiggle your hand forward like a snake slithering. Snake. That wraps up our pets category. We're going to move on to farm animals. To sign farm, your hand is in a 5 hand shape facing to the side. Your thumb is going to start on your chin on your non-dominant side and then slide to your dominant side. Farm. Farm. Pig is a B that you're going to have with your palm facing down under your chin, and then you're going to bend it 2 times, bending your fingers to sign pig. This is similar to the sign for dirty, but dirty is just wiggling your fingers, while pig is bending all of your fingers down. Cow is a Y hand shape with your palm facing out and your thumb touching the side of your head and twisting your wrist forward 2 times, kind of like the horns on a cow. Cow. Horse, you're going to be making an H with your palm facing out and your thumb touching to the side of your head, and you're going to bend your fingers down 2 times. This is very similar, but kind of like the opposite of when we signed rabbit. We did an H on the side of the head and put the fingers down twice, but this time it's facing outward with your thumb touching to your head instead of your other fingers touching to the side of your head. So just keep that in mind. This is horse facing out. Goat, you're going to have a bent V facing in towards your body, and you're going to start at your chin and then quickly move up to your forehead. Goat. It's kind of showing that they have the little beard at the bottom and then horns at the top. Goat. Sheep, you're going to have both your hands. Your non-dominant hand is going to be in front of you. You can have a closed hand or an open hand, it doesn't matter. Your dominant hand is going to have a V hand shape. You're going to snip on top of your hand, move a little bit higher, and snip further up your arm. So it's like you're snipping and shearing the wool on a sheep. So sheep. Chicken is a G with your palm facing out and in front of your mouth, and you close your fingers, kind of pinch your fingers 2 times. Chicken. It looks like the beak of a chicken. This is also the same sign for bird. If you wanted to differentiate that you're specifically talking about a chicken as opposed to other birds, you could start here, same as we talked about, and then touch down onto your hand. It's almost like a chicken going to pick up their feed. Chicken. Or just chicken. To sign duck, it's the same movement and location as chicken, but instead of just your 2 fingers, you're using 3 fingers. Duck. I've also seen this where you use all of your fingers. Duck. That finishes up our farm animals category. Let's move on to zoo and wild animals. To sign zoo, you're actually just going to finger spell it. So you're going to make a Z and then go to 2 O's. So when you have a word that you're finger spelling that has 2 of the same letter next to it, you can kind of just drag it out a little bit. So you'll start Z, and without picking back up to where you were, you want it to be really fluid and continue. So you want to start with your Z and then just switch to an O and slide it a little over. Then they'll know that it's Z and 2 O's, zoo. So that is zoo. To sign tiger, you will have both your hands in kind of a claw hand shape, which is basically your 5 fingers bent. And you will have your palms facing in towards your body, up towards your face, and you're going to pull your hands out 2 times, like this, tiger. I like to think that it's like you're showing the stripes on a tiger. Elephant, you're going to have a flat hand with your palms starting by facing down at your nose, and you're going to move your hand down and up like an elephant trunk. Elephant. Bear, you have both your hands crossed across your chest, and you start with a 5 hand shape in both hands, and when you claw in, you're changing to a claw hand shape 2 times. Bear. Giraffe, you're going to start with having a G with your palm facing in at your neck, and you're going to move your hand up above your head to show the length of a long giraffe neck. Giraffe. Owl, you're going to have both your hands in an O hand shape, palms facing each other, at your eyes and turning your hands in 2 times. Owl. Lion, your hand is going to be a claw, your palms facing down at the top of your head, and you're going to move your hand back behind your head, kind of like you're showing a lion's mane. Lion. Monkey, you're going to have both your hands in a claw hand shape, and your palms are going to be facing up at the sides of your body, and you're going to be scratching yourself like a monkey 2 times. While you're doing this, you can kind of make an ooh shape with your mouth. Sometimes signs have different mouth shapes or different forms of expressions to show emphasis or to show similarities between the actual thing that they're representing. ASL is a really expressive language, so a lot of the time people think that it's just signs with their hands, but really people who sign get into it with their face and their bodies, and it's not just about what they're doing with their hands, but what's happening all around. Somebody could be signing something with their hands and completely change the meaning based on what their face is doing or by what their body's doing. So when you're learning sign language, be mindful about the different expressions that you can use and the different ways that you can use your whole body in communicating using the language. It's super important for the quality of your signing to really just embrace the expressions. Even if it feels a little goofy, it won't be something that looks silly to a person who is a native signer, because expression is such a big part of their language. We also don't want to overdo it though. We don't want to be going super big literally. Think about your expression as if you're reading something. As a teacher, I teach my students not to read like a robot, so we don't want something to be monotone and boring, but we also don't want it to be crazy. We want it to be realistic with the emotion that we're expressing, not just flat and boring. So think, if you're trying to show something, how would you say it? Just like if we were reading something and we wanted to say something to match the expression and emotions in the text, when we're signing, we want to show that emotion and expression that our words are carrying. Because we don't have our voices involved, we want to make sure that our bodies are really helping us convey the expression and the meaning that we want to the person that we're signing with and communicating with. Thank you for watching. Comment below what your favorite sign was today and any questions you may have. Check out Ludington Library's Facebook page for future events. I will see you again on May 22nd for the final video in our 4-part American Sign Language series for the Ludington Library Junior Room here on the Ludington Library Facebook page. Thanks so much. See you later.